recording is on.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to LisaBug Cardio Endurance. And this month we are working out in Zone 2. So if you weren't able to join me last week, we used a simple calculation to determine our maximum heart rate, the number 220 minus age. And this calculation has been around, really, they've been calculating it since the 1930s. But since the 70s, researchers have been determining that it's not an exact science. It doesn't work for everyone, and they've been trying to come up with better calculations. So if you have a piece of paper and a pen handy, I'm going to give you a better calculation to determine your maximum heart rate. If you don't want to calculate that now for today's workout, you can go back and watch the video and jot that down later. But we did 220 minus age last week. And if I do 220 minus my age, my maximum heart rate is 157. And last week, a few people said, it was really hard for me to stay in zone 2. My heart rate kept going higher than that, but I didn't feel like I was working out that hard. And that's what happens when we get a little bit older. 220 minus age doesn't really work for seniors and older people. So I have a better calculation for you. You're going to take the number 210 minus half your age. And for me, that gives me 178.5. Now, that's not my max heart rate. We're going to do two other calculations, which involves your weight and your age to make this a little bit more precise for you. So after you do 210 minus half your age, you're going to subtract 0.5% of your weight, 0.5 of your weight. So not 0.5%, sorry, 5% of your weight. That would not be very much, 0.5% of your weight. 5% of your weight, so 0.05 times your weight. You're going to subtract that from the number you get. And then if you are a male, you're going to subtract 4. If you're a female, you're not going to subtract anything. So what this gives me is if I do 220 minus my age, my max heart rate's 157. If I do 210 minus half my age, I subtract 5% of my body weight and 0 for being a woman, my max heart rate is now 173. So I'm almost 20 beats higher in my max heart rate for that calculation. If I go over to the chart we talked about last week and I find my 175 or so for my max heart rate, it says I'm 45. Woohoo! So actually what this is doing, this calculation is bringing me younger by 20 years, and I'm using that zone 2 for my workout. So essentially, I went from my zone 2 being 93 to 109. Now my zone 2 is 105 to 123. That seems better for me, and that calculation might work better for you as well. But bottom line is this isn't an exact science, rip it in half, because it's not right for everybody. So that's the importance of using that rating of perceived exertion. And, that's not an exact science either, but you know your body and you know how you feel. So on a scale of 1 to 10, when we are in zone 2, we want to be maybe a 4 to a 6, right in there. So it's called the light to moderate zone. And that is a zone where we can do a workout for a long period of time. And another way to determine if you are in zone 2 is the talk test. So you should be able to talk to somebody. Say you're going for a walk with your friend and you're walking along. If all of a sudden you get really breathless and you can't have that conversation anymore, you're not in zone 2. You're up a little bit higher than that. You're not going to be able to sustain that for as long. So the talk test works as well. So I'm done talking. It's time to start working out. So clear your space. I have my Fitbit with my heart rate monitor in front of me. So I'm going to be watching to make sure I'm in zone 2 to try to keep you guys in zone 2 if you do not have your heart rate monitor to help you with that calculation. But also stay within your rating of perceived exertion. All right, let's get going. We'll warm up the body. And I'm hoping that you're feeling like taking cardio for a long period of time today. So let's start with a little march in place. And we'll begin to warm up the body by rolling the shoulders up and back. So I have a pretty good pace in our music today to stay in zone 2 for me. But again, you know your own body. So if you need to slow down the pace or speed it up to find your zone, I want you to do that. The movements will be very basic today to stay in our zone. All right, bring the arms, go out and cross, out and cross. Now what our arms do kind of depends on whether our heart rate goes up higher or lower. So we're going to be doing some boxing drills today. And sometimes when we use our arms, that's going to increase our heart rate. So I want you to monitor that. If you need to leave out some of the punches, things like that, if your heart rate's going up too high, feel free to do that or slow down the movements. All right. So take it out and hold. Bring the arms up and out. We're crossing above the head. So I really want to warm up your shoulders today because we are doing some boxing drills, which is a lot of shoulder work. Be nice and gentle on those shoulders. So I'm checking my heart rate here. I'm still kind of in zone 1. So zone 1 is our light zone. I'm at about 60 beats a minute. All right, 2 more. Hold it out here, cross in front. In front. Nice job. Think about good posture today, standing tall. And your breathing. And our breathing is another way to determine zone 2. We're in zone 2, we might be able to keep our breathing in and out through our nose. If we start getting up in those higher zones, then we need to breathe through our mouth because we have to take in more oxygen. All right. Release those arms down by your side. Roll it out a couple times. That was some nice work in the shoulders. All right, new movement. We'll go step together, step together, step together. Now, when we're doing our boxing drills, you make a soft fist. So I don't want you to really grip hard because that tends to bring your blood pressure up. So soft fist. This is your guard position. It's right under your chin because essentially you're protecting your face from someone punching you in the chin. So it's right there. If your zone is getting too high, you can take your guard down lower here or if it bothers your shoulders. Good. Now just take a nice and easy jab. Right side. Jab it out. Right side. Now you can make these jabs just really easy rather than really strenuous jab, but I'm going to leave that up to you depending on where your zone is today. Good. So just doing this jab brought me up to 100 beats a minute, so that really shot that heart rate up. But I am in zone 2, so that's okay. And I'm able to coach and talk to you nice and easy. 4 more jabs on the right arm, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Left arm, jab, jab. Good. So right now I'm doing a nice and easy step touch, which doesn't require my heart rate to come up too high. You can also make this even smaller if your heart rate's coming up too much. So you can use the intensity of your leg movements to increase or decrease your heart rate. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Rest, arms down. All right, let's take a little chest stretch. So bring your hands behind your back or at your hips. Just open up the fronts of your shoulders. Should be feeling that your heart rate's starting to come up in that zone 2, which is our base training zone. Let's bring the right arm across the chest and take a stretch here. Our goal is to keep moving continuously. So if you come up too high from zone 2, try not to stop. Switch arms completely unless you need a drink of water. Just try to keep moving and lower the intensity of your exercise. All right, let's come back to center. We'll stop our feet, take your right foot back, push your heel down into the floor, come up on the ball of the foot and press the heel down. Do a little bicep curl here. So I just want to warm up the ankles, the Achilles tendons, get a little nice active stretch there. And we have 4 more. 3, 2, hold your heel down so you have that stretch in the calf. Lift your arm up and take a side stretch over. Good. And then release that side. Take a little mini step forward with your back foot. Shift your body weight back, flex your front foot up, and we go point, flex, point, flex. I have this knee bent, and I'm leaning my body slightly forward, so I'm feeling this stretch down the back of my leg. I'll hold that toe up, see if you can come down a little deeper just for a moment. And then coming back up, we'll switch feet. Right foot steps forward, left foot presses back into your calf stretch. Raise up on the toe, lift, lower, lift, lower. Elbows are back behind us. Do a tricep press. Press. So I feel a nice stretch through the front of the chest as I'm moving my elbows. And 4, 3, 2, press that heel down, hold, lift the arm up, side stretch over. Good, abs are nice and braced here. And lower that arm down, take a little mini half step forward with the back foot, shift your body weight back, and the toe points and flexes, point, flex, point, flex. 2 more. And hold it up. Take a little deeper stretch down. Just check in, see how your heart rate's doing, either by numbers or rating of perceived exertion. And come on up. All right, let's start an easy march in place. I also looked at my Fitbit to see how many miles we're going to do today in class. So we're going to get some miles, some steps in zone 2. All right, my heart rate's at about 82, so I need to bring it up about 10 beats to get into my zone 2. I want to be at least from 90 to 125 in that zone 2. All right, I want you to imagine you have a little jump rope, and you're going to turn the jump rope. When we do our jump rope drill, we're not doing big arms like this. We keep our hands in, our elbows in close to the waist, and we spin at the wrist. Good. Now, if you're doing this and you're not up to zone 2 yet, which I am, I'm at 120, you can start to add a little bit more of a hop, a little bit more of a jump in that jump rope movement. So I want you to do what works best for you here for this drill. We have 30 seconds jump rope. Good. You can also pick your knees up a little higher if you need to get up into zone 2. Or if you're too high, make it smaller. Good. So it's the same movement. It's all about how you do it, how intense you make it to drive that heart rate up. 10 seconds. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop your jump rope movement. We're going to do a jumping jack drill, but it'll be low impact for zone 2 training. So we'll tap the right foot to the side and the left. So this is a half jumping jack. If you're up in zone 2, you don't want to get any higher, don't use your arms. Or we can go out and cross, just like we did in the warm-up. Jumping jack drill. I'm at the top of zone 2. I'm right about 126. So I don't want to bring my arms overhead or I'm going to come out of zone 2. But if you're not high enough in zone 2, I want you to go up here. So it's all up to you. There we go. Nice job. Now we can move our jumping jack forward and back. So you're just going to walk your jumping jack forward and walk it back. Depending on the space you have. Good job. Keep going with your jumping jack drill, but check in, rating of perceived exertion. Make sure you're in that zone 2. Hi, Dave. Welcome back. And take it back. Nice job. We have 30 seconds to go in our jumping jack drill. And I want to talk to you about steady state exercise. So once we add a movement to our body, our heart rate has a response to that. If you don't change it, your heart rate will elevate to a certain point and then it will level off. And it should stay the same for this style of exercise. So I've leveled off at about 118. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good. March back in place. Bring your guard up. Take your feet a little wider and start to box or shuffle side to side. So I'm shifting my body weight. Look to the right and jab the right arm. So my left hand is up in guard position, jabbing the right. Now this one can definitely drive your heart rate up out of zone 2. So keep an eye on it. Maintain a good intensity for you to stay in that zone 2. Good job. You can make this an easy arm out and in, or you can really jab with intensity. I'm staying at right about 115, so this is good for me. Staying right in here. Nice job. If your heart rate's coming up too much, just take the jab out or lower your arms a little bit and you can jab from right in here. Make it easier for you. We have 30 seconds on this right arm. Jab, jab, jab. Good. Check in with that RPE, rating of perceived exertion. Should be no higher than a 6 on a scale of 1 to 10. And 10 seconds. I'm feeling a little shoulder work. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No arms. Just shuffling side to side with your feet. Now you can stay completely grounded and just move your body weight side to side if your heart rate's getting up too high. Or you can bounce it a little bit more if you want to increase that heart rate. Bring your guard up. Look over to your left side. And we go. Jab, 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 jab. Now you might notice you're getting a lot of calf work as you shift your body weight side to side and pick up your heels. So you're going to feel some work in that lower leg. Good. Breathing. Now, if you have some shoulder problems that bothers your shoulder to punch, you know you can leave that out, or you can come down in here to just do an arm movement without affecting your shoulder. Any range of motion that works good for you. Good. Checking in. Let's see. I'm a little bit out of my zone. I'm at 128, so I need to pull it back a little bit. Nice. But again, if your zone doesn't feel it's right for you, use your rating of perceived exertion. Because I'm feeling pretty good, like I'm in that zone. 30 seconds left on this arm. Good job. So this is continuous movement, trying to get to that steady state. Just a few more. Excellent. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to your boxer shuffle. Nice and easy. Just check in. Bring your feet back together and march in place. Good. So we'll do a little bit of a front kick. Before we kick, we'll do something called the chamber. So we're going to go step, knee, step, back, step, knee, step, touch, step, knee, step. You can bring your guard up, step, knee up. So if you don't want to kick, then you'll just keep the knee lifting right here and stop. Touch back. The kick option, knee comes up first. Chamber and kick back. The knee up is the chamber. Just like putting a bullet in the chamber of the gun before it fires. You have to chamber the knee, kick, and back. Now I'm doing this slow to start, but once you have it, you can pick up the pace a little bit if you want. Depending on zone, I'm just at 100 beats per minute, so I'm going to pick up my pace a little bit. But you're going at your own pace. Good. Remember, you can do the knee. Kick doesn't have to be high. It can be right down and low. This is called the front kick. Good job. Each time the left leg is kicking or the left knee is lifting. Your guard can be down if your heart rate's getting up too much. Good job. Oh, I'm really in that sweet spot in the zone. Looking good. Exhale. Exhale. 30 seconds left with this left leg kick. Good work. Now say you're way up out of your zone, leave the kick out and just do the movement tapping your toe. 15 seconds. Good job. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. March it out. Left foot. Left. Left. Take a couple breaths. So doing the other side, we step forward on the left foot, bring the right knee up. Don't have to use your arms to start. So we go left, knee, step back, touch. Step, knee, and then when you're ready, bring that guard up. We can stay with that knee lift or add a nice and easy front kick, chamber kick, and back. Chamber kick, and back. If you do this slow and you're staying in your zone, it works your balance more. Definitely does for me, especially on this side. So now that you have it, if you want to get up a little higher in your zone, pick up your pace. Good. The further back you tap with your leg, the more energy requirement, so that's going to drive your heart rate up. So maybe you're just tapping in here. Good. There's a lot of ways you can adjust these basic movements to stay in zone 2. Good job. Check in, rating of perceived exertion. All right, my heart rate just dropped way down when I put my hands on my hips. I'm way at the end, low end of my zone. So I'm gonna bring my arms back up, take it a little bit more vigorously, get that heart rate back up into zone 2. Good, we have 30 seconds here. It's working its way back up. Good job, everybody. Remember, these movements are very easily modified for your body. 15 seconds. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. March it right. Right foot, right foot. Good job. We're going to go back to our boxer shuffle, side to side. And bring your arms up. So we're going to alternate front jab. We go right side and left. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Just shifting my body weight side to side as I'm jabbing. Good. Nice job. Now feel your core really working here, abs engaged. Now we can stay with this boxer shuffle, or we can relax the arms a little bit, come into a bobbin weave, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now I'm going to start to use my quads and glutes a little more. It's like I'm ducking underneath a little clothesline. Duck and weave or bobbin weave. Good job. Now we jab right and left. Right, left. So two choices with this jab. You can do your bobbin weave or your boxer shuffle. The bobbin weave definitely elevating my heart rate more. I'm using bigger muscles in my quads and glutes. And that's dependent on how low you go, down and up. Down and up. Good job. 30 seconds left. Front jabs. Any pace you want to go. The guard hand is up under the chin. I just hit the top of my zone 2. I'm at 127, so I'm going to bring it down the intensity a little bit. 15 seconds. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No arms. Bring it back to a march. Take a breath. Check in. Let's grab a drink right now. So try to keep moving your feet. Grab your water bottle. Keep those legs going. Nice job. Okay, we're going to do a little speed bag drill. So your right hand is up. You're going to do this circling motion with your forearm. Your left hand can be up in your guard position, and I want you to increase that speed. We're working on agility of that arm. And this feels weird because it's actually my left arm that I'm doing to demonstrate your right side. So we're turning it, and hitting that speed bag. Now I want you to keep your feet going. You can either stay with your march, or you can bring it up to a little bit of a boxer shuffle. Speed bag. Woo! I need to do more of this. I don't feel coordinated with this at all. I used to be able to do this really good when I taught kickboxing. Back in the day, it's funny. It's like this arm wants to do it at the same time. Good. I'm in the zone. 15 seconds, speed bag. Woo! 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. March left. Left. Whoa. I really felt that in the shoulder there. Okay, so now we're going to start to speed bag with this arm. So if you're right-handed, you're going to get to experience what I just did on the left arm. So you're making a circle, hitting that speed bag. Stay with the march, or take it into a little boxer shuffle. Side to side. Checking my heart rate, looks good. In the zone. You're breathing. You can talk to somebody. You feel like you could do this. for another half an hour, except for your shoulder on that arm. Nice job. Stay with me here. Speed bag drill. 15 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. March right. Relax your shoulders. I think my Fitbit's not working at the moment. It said I'm at 175 and that's supposed to be my max heart rate. Bad. No, I'm not there. Weird things happen. I think sometimes with the Fitbit, since it's on your wrist, it's calculating some kind of movement of your arm. Maybe my arm was doing movement that fast. Okay, we're going to speed bag both hands together right in front of our body. So it's this rolling motion. You can stay with the march. Get the speed bag right in front of you or bring it up to a boxer shuffle. Good job, good job. Now if that bothers your shoulders, you can speed bag down here. Or we can do the taiko drum with Sherry. Except for I don't know how to do that. She's going to have to give us a lesson. Yes. I got to remember, Sherry has a performance. We got to get that on our calendars in July. Lake Harriet. All right, keep going, guys. 30 seconds left. If your feet are starting to bring your heart rate up too much, stop your legs and just do the speed bag here or do some little knee bends. Whatever you have to do to stay in your zone. Good job. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, rest those arms. Step tap. Step tap. Just shifting your body weight side to side. So we're going to do a punch drill called the uppercut. This punch comes under and up. Comes under and up. So it looks like this. Down, up, down, up, down, up. And I'm coming right back to my own chin. Making a little circular action with the shoulder. And then it's up to you on the legs. My heart rate's up a little bit, so I'm going to take it a little easier on my legs. Up, up. Now tighten your bicep. As you do this uppercut, tighten this part of your arm. Tighten, tighten. And I want you to slightly rotate your body side to side so you feel your core working here on the uppercut. Good. Nice job. Check in, rating of perceived exertion. Oh, my heart rate's looking just perfect here. I'm at 123. Nice job. 20 seconds. Breathing. 10, 9, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No arms. Tap, tap. Good job. Keep moving the body. So our next punch drill is called the hook. The hook comes slowly around and it hits right here, the side of the chin. And we go around, in. Do a couple slow. Around, in. Around, in. Then start your bobbin weave. And we hook. Good. And I'm making a motion with my arm like I'm hitting a stop. So I go stop, 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 stop. That's like you're making connection with the target. Checking in on my heart rate's looking good, 124. I'm at the top of that zone. So if you dropped into class a little bit late, we talked about a calculation that's different from what we did last week. So I want to make sure you check the video, and I want you to do that calculation for yourself. If anybody wants a screenshot of my chart, I'd be happy to send it to you. So just give me a little shout out. All right, let's do 30 more seconds on our hook. Good job. Abs are nicely braced. Woo. 15 seconds. We're really toning up those shoulders. Last 8. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to a march in place. Right, right. So we did our jump rope drill before, and we turned our jump rope forward. So what I want you to do is start to rotate your jump rope backward. This is actually nice, gentle work for your rotator cuff a little bit. All right. You can stay with the march. You can pick up the pace. Jump roping backwards. Watch your zone here with this one. If you make it too intense, you'll shoot probably up into zone 3. And it's not a bad thing. If you get up into zone 3 now and then, it's just some easy intervals. Just kind of be aware of the difference. If you are in zone 3, try to pull it back to zone 2. Just easy changes. Good job. Stay with it. Ooh, I went up a little high. It says I'm almost 140. I'm going to bring it down. There we go. 136, 137, nope, 134, 132, 131, 130. All right, this is bringing it down for me. Nice job. Just a few more seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We did our low impact jumping jack drill. So it's tap, 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 tap. Back to your jumping jack. If your heart rate's high, keep your arms low. If you want to bring it up a little bit more, we can simply start to elevate the arms, any amount. You can also do a high impact jumping jack, but that's really going to drive you up out of zone 2 for sure. That's a really intense movement. Nice job. Breathing with our jumping jacks. Now we traveled these jacks. If you have space, bring them forward and take them back. Nice job. Out together, out together. Good work. 30 seconds on our jumping jack drill. Nice job. We've been working out for over 30 minutes into that target zone. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Back to your march. March in place. Good job. Bring your guard up. Take your feet wider. Start to shift side to side into your boxer shuffle. Look over your right shoulder. Right jab, 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 jab. Nice work. Make sure that you're at the intensity that works for you. We've done these movements before, so they should feel more familiar. When you feel comfortable with an exercise, your body actually makes it more efficient to perform it. So some of you that are in class with me today are swimmers. And you know how that works in the pool. If you start to swim and you haven't been doing it for a while, you feel breathless right at the beginning. But as soon as you get your stroke more efficient, requires less energy. You feel better, more relaxed in the water. It's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, no arms, just boxer shuffle side to side. Good job. When you're ready, guard comes back up, look over your left shoulder, and jab, jab, jab. So I'm doing the jab when my weight shifts to the same leg. So I'm kind of going into that jab, and then I'm going away from it by rocking my body weight to the back foot. Jab. Good. Checking in on my heart rate. I'm 117. So I'm right in square into my zone. Exhale. Exhale. How's your sweat meter? Maybe getting a little bit of a sweat this morning. It's a little humid out today. Keep jabbing. Remember to make modifications for your arm if you have a bad shoulder. I don't want you to feel in pain after this workout. And sometimes our adrenaline gets up while we're working out. It's a little bit of a pain reliever in our body. Sometimes we don't feel things while we're doing the work. So just really be mindful. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. March in place. Good. Okay, we're going to revisit our front kick. So we step right, left knee up, tap back. Right, left knee, tap back. Or add your kick and back. I'm going half time so you feel like you have the movement. When you're ready, pick up the pace. I'm not going to pick it up too much because I'm at the top of my zone. When we add kicks, it really brings the heart rate up. I can bring my hands down also to modify that work. Kick it out. Good job, guys. We're looking for about 10 minutes in our zone. 10 minutes remaining before we stretch it out at the end. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, march left, left, left. Good. Take a little bit of a break. Reset. Getting ready to switch the legs. Left foot steps forward. Right knee is up. Go left knee. Tap back. Step, knee, or we kick. Step, kick, and back. Now the pace is up to you. Your zone 2 kick. Good job, good job. So another benefit about zone 2 training, we primarily use fat for fuel. When we get up into the higher zones, that percentage shifts to a higher amount from carbohydrates. Carbohydrates is the sugar in our blood, the sugar in our liver. We use those 2 first. And then in our muscles, we have a little bit of glycogen in our muscles. When that's spent and we're doing high intensity workout, it's called hitting the wall. We can't go anymore. But this zone 2 training relies a lot on body fat. So we can go for a longer period of time to oxidate that body fat for fuel. 2 more kicks. 1 more, and march in place. Good job. Take your feet wider. Bob and weave. Down, up, down, up. Front jab, switch. Alternate your front jab. Good. Check in on your heart rate. I'm in a really good spot for this movement, but I know if I bent my knees down and up a little bit more, I'd shoot it up too high. So So I'm going to stay right here. Now transition this front jab into that uppercut. Up, up. Uppercut, we use those legs and the hips as we come down, driving it forward. That's where we find the power in this particular punch. It's from strong lower body, strong core, strong hips. Excellent. We have 8, 7, 6, and 4, 3, 2. Now transition to the hook. Around, round, round. Hit the stopper. Breathe. Nice job. I'm right at the top of my zone, so I'm not going to go any more intense than this. Good job, everybody. Just about 7 minutes left in our zone 2. 8 more hooks. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. March in place. Good. Okay, we have a little speed bag on your right arm. So you're going to start to roll it. Your arm can be lower. Guard is up. Speed it up. Now you can stay with a march, or you can do this little boxer shuffle, side to side. And then look at the speed bag. Boom, 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 boom. Has anybody actually hit a speed bag? That'd be fun. When I taught kickboxing, we had the big Wave Master bags, and they didn't react like a speed bag, but we still practiced the drill. Are you feeling your tricep and your shoulder? Last 8, 7. My other arm still wants to jiggle. 4, 3, 2, 1. March left. I'm getting a phone call from Nancy Veronin. She must not know it's cardio class today. Right, Joyce? I'm going to have to tell her she called during class. All right, speed bag. We go around, around, around. Now, this might be your non-dominant arm, so we can speed it up or act your boxer shuffle with this. Good job, good job. Nice speed bag training. It's good for reaction time, quick action of our muscles. You're looking out toward that speed bag. Woo. Keep going, keep going. Nice work for the upper body here. It's amazing what we can do without the use of hand weights. Nice job. Just a few more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, relax shoulders, march. Roll it out a little bit. Okay, we have our double speed bag. Our speed bag is right in the front of us. We're rolling our arms like a circle, and you can jog in place, march in place, or just shift your body weight side to side in that little boxer shuffle. I'm going to check in on my heart rate. Oh, it says I'm up a little high. So I'm going to bring my arms lower, take my intensity down. Good. Woo! 3 more minutes, guys. Stay with me. Breathing, breathing. Oh, that helped. Yes. Almost there. Feel those strong arms, shoulders, biceps and triceps. They're toning up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Rest. March right. Good. Shoulders relaxed. Let's take a little squat to the right, to the left. Good. And push forward, forward. So maybe you want to stay at this half-time pace. If you're looking at your heart rate or feeling your rate of perceived exertion, you might want to stay here, or we can go faster. Push, push, little squat. If that heart rate's up too much, leave out the push, or if your shoulders are bothering you, just do the legs. Do the base exercise. Nice job. Under 2 minutes remaining. Good job, good job. 2 more each side. 1 more each side. March in place. Now we have a little bit of time left. This is time for you to play. I can't see what you're doing. So you don't get to sit down on the couch right now, but I want you to take some of these movements and just mix them up. Maybe you're doing jumping jacks or jump rope or your kicks or your speed bag or some jabs. So I just want you to have a boxing party right now. You have 1 minute now. So I'm not going to cue. I just want you to do some of these movements. Good job, everybody. 30 seconds, you're on your own. We're almost there. 15 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. March right in place. Nice job, everybody. All right, we'll go back where we began with just some shoulder rolls with a nice easy march. So I want you to maintain kind of your perceived exertion on your heart rate. When we elevate our heart rate, we work out for a while and we slow it down. We have what's called the heart rate recovery. And the quicker your heart rate comes down is an indication of how efficient your cardiovascular system is. So the quicker it drops, a little bit better shape you're in as you do these workouts. All right, 1 more shoulder roll. And then take your right leg, step it back for your stretch. Lace your fingers together, push them forward. And then stretch your arms up. We're going to side bend away from the back side leg. And then come center. Release the arms down. Switch the stretch. Change legs. Push that heel back. Make sure your back foot is parallel. Lace the hands. Reach up. Side stretch toward the front leg. And back to center. Lower those arms down. So that's a good calf stretch. Let's stretch the IT band. So take your right foot, cross it behind your left, put your left hand on your hip, your right arm up, and push your hip out and stretch all along this side area of the hip and up into the side waist. Good. Now breathe up. Inhale both arms. And very carefully fold yourself into a forward bend with the crisscross in your legs. So you're coming down whatever amount works for you. And then push out into your back leg hip. So push it out there. Hold. And slowly rise back up. And exhale, you'll switch the cross of your ankles right behind the left. Right hand on your hip, left arm reaches. Side stretch and push your hip out. I'm using my hand to kind of give it a push. Excellent. And lower it down. Very carefully take yourself over into that forward bend, stretching down. Once you get there, push out into your left side hip, the back leg hip. Keep breathing. Very carefully bring yourself up, breathe in. And exhale. Now we're going to do a standing glute stretch. So if you're struggling with balance, you can use your wall or you can sit down in a chair for this. So bend both knees. We'll bring the right leg and cross the ankle over the left thigh. And then sit yourself down. Drop your chest forward until you feel that stretch in your hip. You can use a chair or the wall in front of you. And then use that standing leg to help press yourself up and uncross. Great. So if you start with a little bend in your knees first, then pick up this left leg, bring the ankle across. I'm not doing as well on this side. Then bend that standing knee a little more, take your chest forward. Taking a look at my Fitbit, the heart rate's back down to about 74. That's what I would expect. I'm in zone 1. You should be back down to zone 1. And then press up out of that leg to rise, uncross the leg. All right, let's take a forward fold for your hamstrings. Feet are about hip distance apart. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, swan dive. Now the only caution with doing a forward fold after a cardio workout, you want to make sure your heart rate is down before you drop your head lower than your heart. So just in some rare instances, it might cause you to be a little faint. And then soften your knees a little bit and rise up. We'll bend our right elbow behind our head. You can grab it a little bit, pull it up, and then try to reach the fingers behind you. Try to touch your fingertips together. Great stretch for the shoulders and the triceps. We did a lot of work for those muscle groups today. Beautiful. And release that back arm carefully. Bring it up. Bend that elbow, maybe give it a pull to stretch your tricep. Reach the other arm behind you. You have to turn your palm backwards and try to reach your fingertips to touch. Nice posture here, standing tall. And release that bottom arm, sweep it up. Release the top arm, extend through the fingertips. Reach up, big full body stretch. And exhale down. We'll do one more breath together. Inhale up. This time put your hands together and give it up for you. Great job today. If you have a chance to stay with me, I'd love to hear questions on zone 2. If you can't stay with me, you got to jump off. Any questions you have, please email or text me. Oh, there's Treacle. All right, I'll shut our recording off. Thanks so much, everybody.